and I give you a few tips which can be tried out in the classroom. My friends, don't make it a kind of an oath that I use every minute of my class, 50 minutes, 45 minutes, I teach the whole thing. Please do one thing. Teach for only 40 minutes. Keep the last 5 minutes for creative learning. Normally, a good teacher gives assignments to the students. Please do give. But can I give a small exercise? After teaching the lesson, children sit in different rows, divide them into team A and team B. Ask team A to ask questions to team B on the topics covered. They will answer. Tell them, if you answer to that question, you get plus 1 mark. If you don't answer, you get minus 1 mark. And team B will ask questions to team A. You know what will happen? A very interesting thing you'll observe. Team A will come prepared to ask intelligent questions so that team B cannot answer. Team B will come prepared with much better questions so that team A cannot answer. You know, they come and ask you also, sir, what is that you are doing tomorrow? Why is he asking tomorrow's class? So that they can go home, read something, ask his brother, father or somebody at home, come prepared with some strong question the others cannot answer. Is it not that he wanted the child to come prepared to the class rather than you preparing him in the classroom itself? The learning happens, my friends. Teacher's greatest job is not to teach. Teach the child how to learn. That's what the famous Bible statement says. Don't give a hungry man a fish. Teach him how to catch fish. If you give him a fish, again he comes back and says, again I'm hungry, give another fish. If you teach him how to catch a fish, he will not come back to you. Teach the child how to learn. This one process, make quiz in the classroom. And secondly, another important aspect, in most schools, you know what they do? They start debate competitions. In debates, either the child has to argue for or against. I would suggest, my friends, don't make it either or. In life, there's nothing called either or. Life is either or and against. It's not for or against, it is always for and against. Please tell the child to argue either way. Give them a topic, divide the class into 2 parts, tell them, now you talk for the topic. 1 minute time. They start shooting the answers. Team B is not allowed to talk about it. After all the opinions are given here, write on the board and tell them, now team B will answer. Give all the points other than the ones they are given. You are now unfair to them because you have given them time and you have not given time to team A. Doesn't matter. Collect the opinions. Then suddenly ask the second team, now tell me or give me the points against the issue. I tried in my class once. All women participants were there. I divided them 2 parts and asked them, now tell me, why should women go to work? Give me reasons as to why women should go to work. They started giving answers. I wrote down all of them. Third to the team B, now tell me why they should go to work. After that, I told them, now you argue why they should not go to work. The reason is, teach the child to think either way. There is a value in that. When I say something is true, it may not be true for somebody else. Therefore, teach the child to argue for and against. Another important activity you can do, it is called summarization. Summarization is a very, very powerful technique, my friends. Normally, as a good teacher, what you do? At the end of the class, you summarize what happened. Now, children, what I did in the class today? 1, 2, 3, 4. You summarize. Why do you have to do that? You don't have to summarize. Before you enter the class, identify 2 students. Normally, in a given class, there are some students who have a short attention span. You know, they can't sit at one place. They can't concentrate for a long time. Catch hold of these 2 students. Tell them before, today children, you and you are going to summarize my class. They wouldn't know what is that. They ask, what is ma'am? What is the summarization? Tell them very simply, note down what I am teaching today. At the end of my class, I'll tell you what did I do in the class today. You also mention points, you will mention points. Together, you summarize my class. Now watch the fun. These 2 students who had a short attention span would look at you without even winking, in fact. You know why? Because at the end of the class, he has to summarize the class. In any program, my friends, the one who has the maximum attention is the person proposing vote of thanks, isn't it? Similarly, in the class, the boys know that they have to summarize the class at the end, they have made notes. Now, see what happens. One boy stands up and says, "Ma'am, you said this. By chance, he mentions something which you have not done. The whole class says, "No, ma'am, you did not say that." Or he forgets to mention a point which you have done. They shout and say, "Ma'am, he forgot to mention that." Please watch. Don't you think the whole class is recapitulating the whole thing? Remember, when you were doing it, what was happening? I'll tell you. When I do the recapitulation or the summarization, I did this in today's class today. Do you know what children are doing? They know it is only revision of what has been done. They close the books, keep it in the drawer, take the books for the next class. They switch it off. You are saying only for yourself. But the moment you involve the students, it becomes so exciting. Don't catch hold of the same students every class. Next day, take another two students. Give chance for everybody so that you can improve. Three things there. One is child's ability to concentrate in the class. Secondly, make notes. Third is his communication skills. All things improve and teaching becomes such a joyous venture. Most important. Then another important aspect I want to tell you, my friends, use technology. Use technology effectively. We can't avoid technology today. Whether you want it or not, technology is all pervading now. Using technology is one of the best ways of helping to learn children. Children learn better with technology. Therefore, please use technology. Use the LCD projectors. If you don't have LCD projector, take overhead projectors. Normally, there is a wrong notion that overhead projector is used only to magnify what is written on the screen. It is not so. Please use that. I have seen a good botany teacher taking the overhead projector, clean the glass, arrange it on the screen, and then take the root of the plants and keep it there. Overhead projector magnifies anything that is kept there. Can she not show the roots of the plants, parts of the plants by magnifying it? And I have seen a teacher using the mouth parts of cockroach, different parts of cockroach, keep it on the overhead projector, they get magnified. That means tell the children that an idea can be used in several ways. Or I taught them in that. Take a big glass of water, jug of water, put potassium permanganate to give some dramatic effect, take two lead balls and drop them simultaneously. The waves are formed, the waves interfere, and waves are seen beautifully on the back screen. You can see the waves interfering there. You can talk of constructive interference, destructive interference so beautifully. Not only teach, you can demonstrate that. There are hundreds of ways, my friends. Many people ask me how to become creative. I'll mention one last suggestion to you. Imagine a mother has a physically challenged child or a mentally challenged child at home. What will the mother do? Reject the child? Say, "Che, this fellow cannot learn better. Reject him." No, mother will not do that. What does she do? She spends more time on the child. She goes to 10 different people, gets solution from them, ideas from them, tries all her best to see that the child is benefited. What makes the mother so creative? It is the love of the child. Love of the child. When she loves the child intensely, she becomes very creative. I'll come back to the same point, my friends. If I want to be a creative teacher, I must love my students intensely. As long as I can't love the students, I cannot be very creative. Therefore, I have a request to make. Love your child intensely. The love of the student will make you an extraordinary creative teacher. Creative teaching today is not negotiable. Creative teaching is not negotiable at all. Creative teaching is an essential requirement. Without that creativity, my friends, we are destroying the learning process. Children may by heart and write answers. They may get good marks, but they won't enjoy it. Have you not seen the way the children react after the exams are over? I have seen the children doing that. The morning of the last paper, children start telling their parents, "Today by 4 o'clock, I'll be free." That means this was a load on their head. They did not enjoy. Do you go to a movie, bring a cassette, see the movie in your television, And after watching it, do you throw it out of the window? No. We keep it there so we can see it sometime. But see the way the children react. When the exams are over, they come back home, they tie the books and throw on the attic and say, yes, I'm through now. I don't have to read it. This learning is not a joy. We have to make it a joy. I have an enjoyment in telling you, the slogan for the British schools is so attractive. I like it very much. British schools have a slogan. It says, children walk to schools and run back homes. Children walk to schools and run back homes. Let us reverse the trend. Don't you think we have to do the same thing? We should allow children to run back to schools and feel bad to go back. This can happen by only one thing. An institution, an academic institution, is not defined, not appreciated by the quality of the building, the quality of the laboratory, but the quality of the teacher. I want to tell you one small incident for which I was a witness. It has touched me. Almost about 35 years ago or 36 years ago, I had the chance of meeting one of the greatest scientists of the world, Dr. Linus Pauling. The chemistry students would know his name. He was one who got the Nobel Prize twice in his lifetime. He became the director of MIT, one of the best universities in the world. He came to inaugurate a science convention in Delhi. I was a young student presenting a paper there. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai was the organizing secretary. Dr. Sarabhai took Linus Pauling to some of the best institutions in and around Delhi and Chandigarh and asked him in the open assembly in the next day, Dr. Pauling, you saw some of the best schools here. What is your opinion about them? You should know that Linus Pauling was a very courageous man. He got the first Nobel Prize in chemistry. Second, he got peace. He was the one who was primarily responsible for stopping the Vietnam War. He had a national debate with the President of America at that time. He had the courage of conviction to call the President. He told him, Mr. President, you are a fool. You are bombarding the innocents in Vietnam War. Took a crusade against it and stopped it, got the Nobel Prize. The man who did not care the president of his country, do you think he'll care anybody else? When Vikram Sarabhai told him, he said, Vikram, you asked it, therefore you are asking for it. You have got first grade buildings, second grade laboratories, third grade teachers. Don't feel bad when I say that. I did not see the spark of inquisitiveness in the eyes of your teachers. Reverse the conditions. You should require first grade teachers, second grade laboratories, third grade buildings. Doesn't matter. Institutions will be very successful. Let us all try to become creative teachers. Thank you so much.